Hi, Valley Fever peeps. Today on Valley Fever Voices, I'm going to do a book review. I'm going to review Valley Fever Epidemic by David Filip and Sharon Filip. And I believe this is a mother-son um, pair of authors. So Valley Fever Epidemic is a book that was written 17 years ago, and it is still really helpful for people that get valley fever or people that are caring for a loved one with valley fever, or even for pet owners or pet parents. I'm going to put it right there. So I actually sat down and read the book yesterday, and I was really impressed by the amount of detail and research and references in the book. They have organized it incredibly well. And first of all, explained valley fever and the life cycle of valley fever and how you get valley fever and even the history of valley fever. And they go into a lot of detail. It was very interesting. And it was a really easy read. It was really helpful. And some of the things that I found the most helpful was the section on laboratory testing. So as a veterinarian, I'm familiar with laboratory testing for dogs and cats and horses and that kind of thing. But this goes into detail on the human testing for valley fever, which is similar but a little bit different. And it was very nice to see all the tests listed and how they're run and what they mean. And it was very well done. So I really appreciated that as a medical professional. And I think people will appreciate that too, because people have a lot of questions about their tests. When I had my valley fever tests, I had questions too. And I tell you, the book was also very validating. So they have lots of case studies, people that share their stories. And it was nice to know that I am not alone as a valley fever survivor. Like all the things that people go through, they were very similar to what I went through, and it's very confusing. So it was very validating that a lot of people have kind of a frustrating journey with valley fever. It's unfortunate, and it still happens to this day, even though this book was written 17 years ago. The confusion and the delay in diagnosis still happens today, but hopefully things have improved since 17 years ago. They may have a little bit. Another section that was nice was the section on treatments and pharmaceuticals and drugs and vaccines. So they went through all the different conventional treatments for valley fever and details with references and everything, and then also side effects. So that was helpful, especially when people get put on a particular medication. They were very detailed about dosing and stuff. So that was nice to see. And then what really excited me was the section on lifestyle, which is what I focus on with valley fever treatment with my patients, which are dogs and cats primarily. But they even talked about, so Sharon and David even talked about diet and probiotics and stress management and supplements. So there was a section on that, which was really great. And then there was also a section on pets with valley fever. And that was well done also. So it was a small section, but it was very helpful for pet parents that may have a dog that, or a cat for that matter, that has just been diagnosed with valley fever, and kind of what to expect and, things to ask your vet. So once you are more aware of what's going on, it can really help you. So the Valley Fever Epidemic by David and Sharon Filip is a really cool book. It's an older book, but it's still appropriate today with the information that they have. And I heard that they were working on a new book. In fact, it says that in the book that they're working on another book. So can't wait to see that. So I do recommend the Valley Fever Epidemic. It's an easy read. They have a glossary of medical terms to help people that are not in the medical field. So anyone can read the book and get some information from it. So pet parents, Valley fever sufferers, families that are taking care of someone with valley fever. And they even have a section on caregivers, because being a caregiver for a valley fever patient is difficult, and being a caregiver for a valley fever pet is difficult too. So you need to get support wherever you can. And this has some nice information on that. And they have links and links to websites and all kinds of information in there. So if you need more information on dogs, I have a Valley Fever guide for dogs at www.caninevalleyfever.com. And there's information for the dogs with valley fever, or if you're suspecting valley fever in a dog, there's some helpful information in that free guide. And I'll put the link below in the notes in the description under the video. And then I've got some other things in the description, like some herbs and supplements that I use in my dog patients that can be helpful, and also some herbs that I've used for myself, because as a valley fever survivor, I have a story to tell, and I'm here to tell it. I'm alive. So I'm going to share that with people as much as I can. So thank you for watching, and I will talk to you next week.